Thanks.
Oh.
Anyways, the game. I was happy with the game because it was pretty good. It was definitely pretty good. It was somehow also a bit too short, I found. Could have gone on for much longer.
Honestly,
with more fights.
The story of the game for me was FNG on the CM and Phobos on the Jakiro.
Jakiro all the way.
Like, both the CM multis and the macro players, they just did so much work in teamfights. Ice paths, like FNG cancelled like 2 Sanking ultis, like just general.
Yeah, the Jakiro was awesome.
Yeah, love that hero. There's so much useful, so much utility in fights. All his spells are great. I think it's just fantastic. And the items that people build on him, like easy Yule's carrier, perfect. Just fantastic. I love him. Yeah, played him to perfection. Didn't die once. Did everything a Jakiro does.
Got her out of Atos.
Pretty legit.
Good times.
Haven't tried that.
Really?
Yeah, I always get a 4-stuff or something like that instead.
They get a veil as well.
Or a veil, yeah. Or an Ags. Get that Ags out.
It's legit.
That's where it's at.
It is. So what do you think about the game, Matt?
It was good. I was, well, I mean, from the standpoint of watching an enjoyable game, it was hit all the marks.
Yeah.
There were a lot of things in both games that felt like it wasn't the most professional things that were
That's what
happening
I
at
like.
times.
Yeah, that's what I want from Dota.
But that's kind of when it becomes unpredictable and brilliant.
It's like a Russian Civil War, man.
I can't believe it. Yeah, it's just like, what is going on? That's incredible. And then they'll come back from that with an amazing play as does so. I like that. I mean, when it's just steady Eddie and you can predict what's going to happen, you're like, oh, of course, like, he now does this.
Dragon Knight Chen and
exactly. I mean, we're not going to go, oh, this is perfect Dota. They never made a mistake. It was well played. I was falling asleep. I want to see people canceling their TPs by mistake. I want to see people walking into ults like, yeah, like, that's fun to see. You know, that's a spectator game rather than just a methodical. It's like watching someone complete a puzzle. It's like, I want to see someone taking a puzzle and burning it.
Well, I think we're going to look at a puzzle that is being burned, perhaps. Let's take a look at what Shane selected for us on a drawing board.
Welcome to the drawing board. So there was quite a lot of amazing macro players and CM multis in that game, but here's the last one that kind of sealed the deal.
You look so serious, Shane.
Yeah, I can't do the fake smile. Yeah. Like, I don't know how she does it. It's ridiculous.
Her smile's genuine, dude.
My smile's not fake, dude.
No, sometimes you're really angry and then you do the fake smile. And then I'm like, this is not real, people. You don't understand.
The irony smile.
All right, so Illidan doesn't use time-lapse. Doesn't even matter.
Who knows why?
Yeah, that was strange.
This is why Jakiro is a great hero in a lot of fights.
Okay, look at that.
Pause.
Okay.
Positioning.
Sorry, I screwed up your thing. I didn't mean
Please.
to do that.
There is one path where people generally stand, and it's covered in frost and flames. And it's not only Jakiro's ultimate, it's also Crystal Maiden that's standing there.
And there's a friggin' meatball
right in the
Christ.
Jesus.
Oh no! You did it worse!
It's more
it's not pressing buttons!
There we go. Let's do it.
Welcome back from the we're back in the drawing board. Everything is going completely smoothly. Oh, fire.
Look at those snowballs coming raining down.
Yeah, the Deafening Blaster is the most important one. Stops the Crystal Maiden ulti there.
Yeah, but it doesn't even matter because they just sit in the fire.
They still sit in the fire.
They never played that game when they were kids. You know, the fake fire. You don't stand in the fire.
The lava, the floor. Yeah, the floor was lava. Exactly. They were standing on the floor. It was lava.
It mightn't be in Eastern Europe, that game. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Explain a lot.
And they're still in the fire.
Yeah, they're just. Voss is like, I'm a rock man, you know, fire.
He's just walking through it.
And then he's like, oh crap, I'm on like 12 life. What a game.
Zombie punches. I mean, there was a moment in this game when the Wisp solo killed the Quap, and there's stuff like that. You know, it happens, right? It's that kind of game.
Can we talk about Denny's Invoker for a second? Because Denny's now played Invoker probably like a dozen times in the last year, and I can't think of a single one of those games that was noteworthy.
Okay, so in that game, he's matched up against Queen of Pain. It's not very good as a matchup. You're probably like, you know, it's pretty difficult.
Hard, yeah,
it's difficult for Invoker. I'm sitting on my microphone thing. And in a game like that, playing from behind on Invoker is never the thing you want to do. He needs like high amounts of experience and he needs gold as well. He got his Necro book. It's not bad, but like it wasn't really enough to secure the game.
I mean, he was less impactful in his fights than the Jakiro most of the time.
Yeah.
I felt like there were a couple of occasions when he just boshed his spells out as fast as he could. And then I was kind of expecting more of combos and sort of the clever Invoker plays you see instead of just like, right, bam, 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 I cast all my spells.
Well, it's also, if you don't have the levels quick enough, you don't have enough points in the orb, so you don't actually do enough damage early enough.
Yeah, yeah.
And when they have like tanky heroes that have a lot of farm, it's just too much.
Yeah, and as Matt said, the Jakiro might have done more, and the Jakiro is very well drafted by FNG, who we are going to talk to in the interview. Hello, FNG. We speak again.
Hello.
Congratulations on your match. Were some crazy games, very fun to watch, that's for sure. And I particularly liked seeing the Jakiro safe lane. Can you tell me something about your thought process behind picking up the Jakiro?
I think we just needed a push hero with 5 versus 5 potential, so we stopped on Jakiro. We were thinking about Phoenix again, but Jakiro just better, I think.
Do you think we're going to see him more often? I mean, he had a pretty big impact on your game.
Frankly speaking, I don't understand why people doesn't pick it, because it's when was meta with push, with snowball, death ball, Jakiro was really popular, but now he's some way just don't picks.
People forgot him.
Yeah, I think people will, yes, again, they will just play more games and they will understand that this hero is really good in this patch.
In game 1, you guys, you pinged the Invis rune when Havos got it outside of Roshan. Did you like know as a team, like was it recognized that he got the Invis rune, or?
No, we just didn't see it. He just, we saw that he got it on top rune, but he got it almost in our screen, but we didn't see it. No one didn't see it, so we just walked into fight and was really surprised that somehow Lishrak was on us and killing people.
Does he have a blink dagger? Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So the last few days we've been playing a lot of Winter Wyvern, but today, well, for this game anyway, it was Crystal Maiden. Why was that?
I think it's just good with Weaver, Quap, Zombie. We also we want to pick Bristleback, I believe, so we decided to pick first Crystal Maiden and then see what we want, Bristleback or Weaver. And we stopped on Weaver because they picked Dazzle. So we just, I think this hero is just good versus melee carries, so we just, I don't know, we just picked it.
I believe Scriff was very happy to point out that your name tag is actually proper this time. He's also curious about what kind of juice you have on your desk, apparently.
It's just a juice.
Just a juice. There we go.
Yes.
Important questions answered here at the ASUS ROG DreamLeague. Well, tomorrow we're going to see you play again. You're going to be playing against Burden United. I believe that if you win both of those games, you have a chance to come to top 2. I believe so.
Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know. I don't think that we really need top 2 or top 1. We just need to qualify, because it doesn't matter which place you will end, because you have to win everyone in one tournament.
Very true.
It doesn't matter, I think.
Very true. Good way of looking at it. I'm going to let you go for the evening. Do you have any last shout-outs or things you want to say to your fans before you say goodnight?
No one. I just want to shout out to Hvost, who takes this and this. You know, he just raped us and made us throw the game, but it wasn't throw, it was just in this rune. What can we do?
Well, it was nonetheless, it was a pleasure to watch you two play at Navi and Virtus.Pro. And hopefully again, tomorrow against Burden United, we'll have, for our sake, the same type of games, because it's just very, very enjoyable to watch. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and hopefully we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
That, of course, was FNG from Virtus.Pro. And with that also is the end of our first day of Super Weekend. We can take a look at the standings, because we had 5 series today, which means we had 10 games in total. And there is 14 games played in total per team. So we can already know Vega, basically unknown. Alliance and Ninjas in Pyjamas played all their matches. And that means that basically unknown is already out. Now, as just mentioned, Virtus.Pro doing pretty well. Virtus.Pro and Empire, as well as Burning United, have a really good chance of getting top 2. And top 2 is important because it makes you skip a day at DreamHack. I say it's important, but FNG just said, well, if you go to LAN, you won't have to beat anyone anyway, so maybe it's not as important as I make it out to be. And of course, still the 7th spot is also still slightly up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, if Na'Vi lose their last remaining 2 games, they'll be tied equally with Vega, which would be fine if Burden lose their remaining 6 games.
Yes.
So as long as Burden don't do that, and all Burden need is 2 wins, and hope that Na'Vi drop both their games, and they'll guarantee that they won't finish bottom. But we don't know what happens if there's
Is there a way for it to be a 4-way tie? Is there any?
I think it's going to be still head-to-head, and for that, I would need to look at the results because I don't know them.
What if the head-to-heads were 1-1?
Yeah, what if it's 3-way tie and the head-to-heads?
I still don't know. It's a horror
rating?
scenario that we're not thinking about.
We get them to run up and down or something.
It's whoever picked Jakiro the most goes through. That's the rule we're coming up with.
It's a good rule.
Yeah.
The amount of fire in the games.
Yes, the amount of fire.
Yeah, they have to do teamed teams. On the team teams.
Team.
Hey.
They're playing the music.
Yeah, I was listening. I was like, hey, we haven't even talked about, but I haven't talked about yet what we're going to see tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to start again at the same time. So that means that we'll be live at 11 a.m. CEST time. First game is starting at 11:30, which is going to be Vega versus Na'Vi, and then we're going to have 4 other series afterwards, which I can read from my notebook. It is Empire Virtus.Pro, and then 3 series with Burning United. They're going to play 6 games in a row.
Wow.
Virtus.Pro, Empire, and Na'Vi are their opponents.
Sounds real fun.
I mean, I quite like watching Burden. I think they're quite fun to watch.
Yeah.
They're super fun to watch.
Yeah, but the thing is, they need to win quite a few of those games. Like they need to make sure they do okay. But
do you think having 6 games in a row is good or bad? Like as in, if you win the first one, do you keep winning?
Some people say it gives you momentum.
Yeah.
Other people say you get tired. But these guys play Dota all day anyway, so I don't think they get fatigued from playing 6 games in a row. And I think they just get into a roll and a rhythm, and it has to be a good thing.
Yeah, it really does.
But
I think
I can
the
imagine
first
by the
series,
end they'd be pretty tired.
Or if they start out with 2 losses, though.
Then they get bummed out and they lose all 6 games, which could happen. Yeah.
Their first series, I believe, starts at 16:30, so 4:30 p.m.
That's not too bad for them.
That's
they can
prime time
actually
as well.
gamer time.
That means he can wake up at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smooth. So, anything that we want to say before we leave for the day?
Today was actually really fun. Like, the games are awesome.
You say it was such a surprise. Really fun.
The rest of this week was terrible, but today...
When someone tells you have to be, like, here from 9 a.m. to like 11 p.m. or whatever, or like whatever it was, like I was like, oh my god, that's such a long day, but it actually flew by and it was really fun. We had amazing games.
We did, actually.
15.5 hours is how long we've been here for.
Yeah, it's a long time.
It's a long time.
We survived it.
We did.
They had cake.
We saw some fire, some ice, some lasers. Well, were there lasers? I guess there wasn't any Tinker.
No.
How many lasers are in Dota?
And there was no Desolator either.
Lasers.
What about that thing?
There was a Desolator. Someone got a Desolator.
There we go. Lasers.
Morana got a Desolator.
True.
Oh yeah, she had a Maelstrom too. There's lasers. Well, it's lightning. I guess.
Lasers, lightning, fire, ice. What more do you want?
Pokemon.
Water.
No.
Water.
So tomorrow, 1100 CEST, we'll be back. We'll hopefully see you then again as well. We'll see you tomorrow.